Madonna fans and friends, and welcome to a fan review. That's right, I have just listened to Veronica Electronica. Of course, I did not get the vinyl yet because I don't have a record player, but I did check it out online, and I'm very excited to tell you my thoughts and to also hear your thoughts on this collection of many of Madonna's most famous remixes, and of course, the demo of Gone, Gone, Gone. And for those of us that do not have a record player, there is good news, you guys. I wanted to let you know that I checked Madonna's store and we will have a CD out in October, $14.99. So that is coming. And as well as the vinyl can be purchased at her store and also at rhino.com. So shop.madonna.com and rhino.com. You can get the vinyl, silver vinyl. And I was checking on Google that it might be in stores. If you have seen it in any stores, please let us know. I will be going to Walmart next week for some other things, and I'll check their vinyl section. If I do find it, you know I'm going to buy it. So let us know which way you have received it. If you got it in the mail in vinyl, if you found it in a store, and purchased it that way, or if you downloaded or went online, let us know. But let's get into this review. So I will let you know what I think of the mixes, and let's get into it. Okay, everyone, the day is here. We got our Veronica Electronica yesterday. Very exciting to have this release. And no matter what is included in it, it's amazing that we have this era back to us to be able to celebrate, just how incredible this album was, when it came out and we heard the songs for the first time. And, just a different sound. It put us in a different place. And it's amazing to be able to go back to these because some of these were some of the greatest remixes of that era that we got on the CD, domestic and import singles. And, I thought about this while I was listening to this. That when we listened to these mixes, we were just so spoiled with them. The remixers that we got, BT and Sasha, Victor Calderon, Peter, and Club 69, just the amazing, vast, different variations of the original songs. And it made me think. I was thinking maybe that was what Veronica Electronica was supposed to be, was that she was going to expand upon the songs or show what they could have been before they were finished into the formats of the album. And especially with some of them, like listening to the import of Frozen right here, this is kind of similar to the widescreen mix and drums. Obviously, a longer variation. But I remember when I first heard this one, I just was like, wow, this is so different and so amazing. And oh goodness, that nothing really matters. Domestic mixes, you all know, when we listen to those for the first time. So in a way, this kind of in a more, because it's edits, so it has the opportunity to be released as singles because they're in 5-minute formats rather than 11-minute songs remixes. So I think that has part of it. What it is to just get them out so people can hear these variations. And I'm going to talk about what I thought of all of the 8 tracks on here. And I would like you guys to also comment and let me know what you think of the 8 tracks. We'll start with Drown World, BT and Sasha. Amazing, more of a dreamscape style that to the original, which is much more mellow and kind of puts you in a little bit of a state. But this one expands upon that. The mix allows it to open up to be a bit dancey, but not too dancey because it is a ballad after all. And just kind of puts you in that state of the drowned world and opens us up to that environment. Then we move right into Ray of Light, and this is a great remix of Ray of Light, the Sasha mix. Of course, I like the version on the domestic CD single, which was where she got to do a little opera at the end. Would have loved to hear that in here, but this is still really cool and still has a lot of those same beats that we love from that mix. Of course, the same mix she took to the Celebration tour, which was incredible. So, I do really, really enjoy that nice, transfer over from the mellow vibes of Drown World. We can now getting into much more ravey, kind of a rave techno environment with Ray of Light. And then from that, the first single off of here, which was Skin, which was the Peter and Victor, I believe, a collaboration mix. So that's amazing. And you get to hear this is a mix I did have on a compilation someone sent me or someone made, and I don't know where they got it from because Skin, of course, was never released as a single. I would have loved if it had, but this mix is really cool, very more modern. It's got that, a little bit more of a stylistic sound to it. Not as experimental as the original version, but definitely allows her vocals to stand out in some parts of the song because her vocals on this song are amazing. And so I do really love this. I'm glad it was the first single because this song needs to get more recognition. And then we go to the next single, which is Nothing Really Matters. We're talking about this Club 69 here. This is, there's another mix on the domestic that I like much more. It's very heavy forward with Nikki and Donna on that one. You probably know which one I'm talking about. But this one is also really good, very experimental to the original. And I think it really highlights. Just the sound, the way that they could, variate on this sound. Club 69 did a great job here. And so I do think that is a wonderful fourth mix for people to check out. So what do you think of Drowned World, Ray of Light, Skin, and Nothing Really Matters? Let us know in the comments. And we'll get into the final four tracks of Veronica Electronica in the next slide. Now, getting into the second half of this amazing collection of mixes, we just talked about the Club 69, Nothing Really Matters, which was really a good variation there that shows some of the experimentation they did with that domestic CD single. I remember those mixes when they came out. And now we're getting into Sky Fits Heaven, one of the first of. I do have some Sky Fits Heaven mixes on the Drown World import. I don't know if this is. Well, actually, it is kind of the same. It's a variation. At first, I thought I didn't have it, but I think we just played it earlier. Oh, it's been a week, you guys. My brain sometimes is fritzing. Of course, this is a shortened version. I think there's some different edits in here that are making me think it's a little bit different. Although I do remember reading a review that said only Frozen was the different mix, completely new in its own way. So the Sky Fit 7 is great because, again, just like Skin, it's not a single that was, it's on the Drown World, but that was an import. So perhaps released in Europe, but not here. So for us, that's a new one. And I do like how it's got a great beat formation on it. And it's definitely adds a little bit of difference in there, the way that it sounds. Victor Calderon, also someone that worked with Madonna extensively during this period, as well as Sasha BT and Club 69. So a great remixing on this one. And then we get into our first new mix, which is the Frozen widescreen mix and drums. And I love the variation here. This kind of reminds me of Keep It Together, the first domestic CD single we received in the United States. And that had the Keep It Together instrumental mix, but it had a lot of variation in the instrumentation. If you listen to that one, you may have skipped that mix on your Keep It Together domestic. Don't skip it. There's some great instrumentation going on in there. And this one kind of elaborates on that with taking some of those jazzy, influential beats in there, the melody there in the middle section where they made it different, and I really, really like that because, again, that was a part that wasn't very extended in the original, as it focused more on other elements of the song. So beautiful intro, of course. That intro is kind of like the import mix, the CD single I was playing earlier. kind of bringing that melancholy. And now we're getting to the three more melancholy tracks of this collection, with Frozen, Power of Goodbye, and Gone, Gone, Gone. So I like how we change a little bit of the formatting there. Um, and then we go into what you're hearing behind this slide, which is the Fabian's Good God mix. Now, I have always loved this mix ever since I got the import CD single of Power Goodbye. And I heard this for the first time and I was like, oh my God, this should have been out there. A lot of people haven't heard this because it was an import. And so now for it to get its due and for it to finally be heard in a concise format, I hope it gets released as maybe the third single or down the road when I don't know how many are going to be released from here. But if it is, that's so great. This has got such a real edgy vibe, the way that your heart is not. I used to post this on Facebook and I would say, your heart is not, your heart is not, your heart is not, and play this mix, on my profile all the time. So to see that it made it here on this collection is that Madonna stamp of approval shows that she loves it too. Um, so it's really great to hear it. Great finish to the mixes. Um, and so, what do you think of all the mixes? This second half, a little bit more emotional. Um, of course, we ended this collection with the demo version of Gone, 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 which had never been released officially. Of course, we got it as a leak, and I quickly downloaded it or burned it, as they say back then. Put it on a CD with Revenge and the original demos of Drowned World, Little Star, To Have Not to Hold, and Power Goodbye, which those were amazing. Um, and yeah, I was just, floored that these didn't make the cut, although maybe that She Felt Revenge sounded lyrically a little too much like Frozen. And Gone, Gone, Gone may not have had a place in the album. But it's so incredible that we finally get it and that it was a number one single recently, you guys. So really cool, really awesome. And that ends the collection. So want to hear what you guys all think about all of the 8 tracks, the demo version of Gone, 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 and all the remixes. Did you think that they were the proper ones to be selected? What do you think of the edits? Of course, Frozen being the only new standout one. Others you can find in different collections. But did you like it? Did you like the flow? Would you have wanted something else? Let us know in the comments. This is my opinion. I think it's great because it's getting out the this era to a whole new generation. I mean, most of us are the ones buying this, the big fans, and that's why I think that there is split reaction to this because a lot of us have this stuff already. Although edits are cool because again, the single format it can be released, but on the other hand, there's not much new for us. Although it's a great playlist for us to enjoy, and I'm excited that it's going to be on CD because I can enjoy these all kind of flowing together. And I can imagine that maybe this was what Madonna envisioned. These mixes were the variations she was thinking of. I just also thought maybe there was going to be some other tracks to it when she said Veronica Electronica. Maybe she was going to have some songs that just never would have made the album that were kind of like Cyberaga type stuff. But still, either way, it's really interesting and it's a special collectible for us. We can enjoy it to finally have this come out. And so just remember, you have options. I don't know. I heard that the vinyl is sold out on her website as well as rhino.com. If you see it in any stores, I will look at Walmart next week. I will see if I see it. But if you see it anywhere, please tell us in the comments what store and so we can hope to get it that way if we haven't ordered it. And also for those of us that would like a CD, it's coming October. So again, thank you so much for listening to this review. I know it's not anything really new for us, but it's exciting all the same, and to appreciate these gems in their full capacity. And I thank you all again. Make sure you stay tuned. We'll have Diva News next week. Madonna's in the studio with Stuart Price. You know what that means. So we're going to keep up to date on that and all of your sections that we like to share, Tuesday trivia, and so on. So we will see you and have a great weekend. Dance and sing, get up and do your thing. Thank you for joining us here at Madonna Everybody Fan Club channel, and I hope you enjoyed our latest video. I hope that you will join us here by liking and subscribing. And also, we have social media with Facebook. We have Madonna Everybody Fan Club, over 5,000 Madonna fans to join. And we have an Instagram at Madonna EFC. So make sure you check those out, as well as a page on Facebook, Madonna Everybody Fan Club, to follow. So definitely check out those social media platforms and join us there. We have contests, we have Fan of the Month, and we have features and lots of great fans to meet. But more importantly, we'd love to hear from you. Make sure you comment on this video and let us know if there's anything you'd like us to talk about or any future video topics you'd like to see. And thank you again for joining our Madonna family. Music does make the people come together. Thanks, everyone.